Are you chasing money? Money is going to repel you if you chase it. Your action and your intellectual mind only have a 5% impact. Within 2 weeks, I got my first 2 clients in my business. The patterns that you are running in your energetic blueprint are actually either attracting or repelling money from you. The solution is in the patterns that you are running in your energetic blueprint. Clients have just started coming to her. She's so overwhelmed that she actually has to hire more people. Money is not running away from you. It's actually your patterns that you unconsciously hold that are repelling money without your knowledge. I'd really like you to ask yourself this question today. Are you chasing money? I want you to understand that money is going to repel you if you chase it. That does not mean that it's not good to try to earn money or have money. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is that money senses your energy. So think of a relationship, right? You know, when you are in a relationship or you want to be in a relationship. So let's say if you're a woman who wants to be with a certain man, and if you go chasing him, do you think he's going to want to be with you? Most likely not, because nobody likes to be followed. Nobody likes to be chased. So that's exactly how money behaves. It doesn't want to be chased. It doesn't want you to follow it. So today I just want us to understand that money is a spiritual idea, right? It's just a medium of exchange, and because it can get you the things that you want, that's why we tend to put it on a pedestal. Now, money is just a spiritual idea like anything else, right? Like, I see all this equipment in front of me while I'm recording this video. All these are items and objects. So, all these items and objects are the creation of the mind by the human being. So, money is also a creative idea that came from the human's mind. So I want you to understand that it doesn't fall above you, it doesn't fall equal to you, it's actually below you. Now, until recently, I thought that money is actually equal to the human being. That's what I thought. And I was very surprised and happy to learn that it's actually below you. Now, it being below you does not devalue it. It simply means that your self-worth is higher than money. That's what it means. All right. So I say that money is a spiritual idea. Now, because it's also a spiritual idea, it actually amplifies who you really are. So I just want you to understand that, most of us are chasing money, we are struggling for money, we are sacrificing ourselves, right? And when I mean sacrifice, I mean we are working too hard in exchange for what we are earning. That's the normal way of working, right? That's what the normal paradigm is, the collective consciousness is about. That if I want to earn more, I have to put in more hours, right? So I want you to understand that when you start earning that more money, you'll be working even harder. And that's what money does. It only amplifies the patterns that you're running underneath the surface. So, you might be mentally thinking that, yeah, but, when I earn $1 million or I earn $100 million, I'm going to be able to relax in my life. But if you are somebody who's burnt out now, who's sacrificing themselves, who's putting in too many hours to try to achieve that $100 million US, when you earn that amount of money, you'll still be sacrificing yourself in exchange for more money. And if you're somebody who feels like money is never enough, resources are never enough, my clients are never enough, that's exactly what you'll keep feeling and saying even when you achieve that certain amount of money or clients that you wish to achieve. So I want you to understand that the underlying patterns that you are running, the unconscious patterns, are actually driving your money results. Now, what do I mean by that? So what I mean by that is something called the energetic blueprint. Now, all of us have a habit of taking action, right? We keep taking action, we keep thinking of new ideas through our intellectual mind. I want you to understand that your action and your intellectual mind only have a 5% impact on the amount of money that you can earn. And I was absolutely shocked when I learned this from my mentor, Bob Proctor, in 2021. I said, what? And then I reflected back and I realized that, yes, I had been in the corporate world for over 15 years and never really earned what I wanted, despite all the degrees, despite all the ideas, despite all the action that I was taking. I changed 8 jobs over a span of 15 years and I never actually earned what I wanted. And straight after learning what I learned from him, within 2 weeks of studying what he had started teaching me, I got my first 2 clients in my business. Now, how did that happen? That happened because I was aligning with money at an energetic blueprint level. So I want you to understand that you have patterns that are running in you at an energetic blueprint level that are actually creating the reality around you. So the ideas that you are running, the patterns that you are running in your energetic blueprint are actually either attracting or repelling money from you. So either money is coming to you because of your energetic blueprint, or you're unconsciously repelling money. Now, most of us tend to put money on a pedestal, right? Because we feel like, oh, it gets us everything. Now, I want you to understand that when you put money on a pedestal, it starts repelling you, because it feels your energy of, oh, she doesn't have self-worth, or he doesn't have enough self-worth. So I'm not going to go to this person before they fix their self-worth. So money is very, very aware of the patterns that you are running. Now, I want you to understand that money, as I said, is just a spiritual idea, right? It's not a human being, but it senses your energy. So the problem is not money. It never is the problem. No, I wouldn't want to say that the problem is, but the solution is in the patterns that you are running in your energetic blueprint around the ideas of how you can earn money. It's not even the ideas around money, it's how you can earn money. Because when I was in the corporate world, I was clearly running patterns of struggle and sacrifice. I used to feel that, oh, I have to work 9 to 5 or above if I want a promotion. I still remember, I used to work, I was a very diligent employee. I used to report to work by 8:30. I would never leave the office before 5:30 or even later. So I thought that if I want to earn more money, I have to, let's say if I want a job or a better job or a promotion, I want to climb the corporate ladder. That was my dream at that time, that I have to put in more hours. So I thought I had to sacrifice myself more in order to earn money. And of course, I didn't do that because I didn't want to sacrifice myself. So naturally, I didn't end up earning more money. So I was just running the pattern that was talking sacrifice and struggle. And because I didn't want to sacrifice myself, automatically, I didn't end up earning more money. And now I see that people work 2 to 3 hours a day, for a week. In a whole week, they only work for 2 to 3 hours in a day, and they earn in millions of dollars. What is the difference? The difference is in their energetic blueprint. It's in their money blueprint. Now, we all hold money identities. I want to just talk about the 4 pillars around our money identity. And again, this even comes from our energetic blueprint. So the first pillar that I want to talk about is called circulation. How do we circulate money? So we all hold an identity around how we circulate money. Now, most of us are very afraid. We want to keep saving money, right? Now, I want us to understand that saving comes from a lack perspective. Because when you are saving, it's like you're thinking, maybe I'll have an emergency. Maybe I'll face a situation where I'll need the money. When we were young, we were always taught that at least make a saving, have an amount that is equal to how much you can earn in the next 6 months, right? So your monthly pay times 6 should always be your saving amount. Now, I want us to have a change in that attitude. I want us to think of it as accumulation. Now, when you talk of accumulation, right, you start thinking of abundance. You start thinking of wholeness, because you are not now thinking from a perspective of lack or an emergency might arrive. Bob Proctor always taught us that never think of saving. He didn't say that don't save money, but don't look at it as saving, because you are saving for an emergency. That means by the law of attraction, you are going to attract emergencies. You're going to bring in emergencies into your life. So is that what you want? Absolutely not. So I was talking about the way we circulate money. So that's our first identity. So money is meant to be circulated, meaning there has to be an inflow and outflow of money. So if you're somebody who just wants to keep hoarding money, I want you to understand that your money starts collecting gunk energetically. If you don't make it flow in and out, think of water. Think of the piping systems in your home. Right? If you don't allow that water to flow in and out, what's going to happen eventually? All your pipes will start getting clogged. And that's exactly how money behaves. So the energy that money carries is that it loves to be circulated. Another identity I want to talk about is around how we make decisions around money. Now, most of us are too afraid to make decisions where we cannot see what the outcome is going to be, or where we are not sure of the outcome. So you have to start thinking of the return on your investment. Start making decisions from the place where you want to be, not from your current circumstances. A lot of people say that, oh, I don't have the money right now. I'm not sure if this is going to work out. But have you set that intention that this is going to work for you? And what are the returns? Are you scared of losing that money, or are you looking at the returns? So how are you making decisions around money? It's very important to make decisions based on the returns that you're going to get, rather than the money that you are now putting in. Now, when you are about to make an investment, aren't you going to gauge what return you're going to get? You're not looking at the amount you're putting in, but you're thinking that if I put in this amount and this is the return I'm going to get, I'm actually going to multiply my money. So how do you make decisions? Are you feeling that you're losing money when you're putting in money somewhere, or are you thinking of the return that you're going to get on that investment? So that's another pillar. The third pillar is how you view people who have more money than you, right? Now, we tend to label people as material, those that are, lavishly living their lives, who own luxurious items, right? We tend to label them as material. But I want us to understand that we all are material. The laptops we have, the gadgets that we have, the studio I'm sitting in, it's filled with objects, right? So everything is already material. Our level of material are just different. So how you judge or view somebody who has way more than you have is actually an indication of your money identity. All right. And the fourth pillar is about how you view the money that you currently have. Now, how do you feel about the money that you currently have? Remember, I talked about scarcity. Now, there are a lot of us who feel like money is just never enough. I'm always paying bills. I'm always running out. But think of all the things that you have accumulated over time. You have been circulating money, right? So there's so much money that you've already circulated. Doesn't that make you feel abundant? I want you to do a simple exercise after you watch this video here today. Make a list of all the items that you possess, your car, your home, your clothes, your gadgets, absolutely everything that you own. What do you think is the estimated value of all the items that you have? That will make you realize how much money you've already circulated. So start viewing everything that you have in a very different manner, and you see how you start feeling about money. Because most of us are always focused on the fact that, I have this bill to pay, I have this expense, I have so many things I want to do, but money is never enough. But are you ever focusing on the idea of how much you already own, right? And that will make you view the money that you have very, very differently. And even if you just have $1 in your account, I want you to start feeling grateful for it. I want you to start saying thank you for it, because that's what gets you into the having of money. No matter, it's not about the amount, it's the energy behind how you feel. But I want you to also understand that when you feel a certain way about money, that's actually just happening at a conscious and intellectual level. Now, the kind of work that I do with the people I work with is at an energetic blueprint level. So what happens is that your results just start changing. You don't even have to take that much action. Like I'd love to share an example of one of my clients, Lena, who's recently just had very, very exceptional results in her business. She's been less than a year in her business, in her financial coaching and consulting business. And, she just told me about 2 weeks ago that out of nowhere, clients have just started coming to her. She's so overwhelmed that she actually has to hire more people. Now, how did this happen? This didn't happen by chance. It's because we worked at an energetic blueprint level on her money patterns. So all the struggle, the sacrifice, the low self-worth, the debt consciousness, we worked on a number of about 20 to 25 patterns that has been able to help her come out of the ideas that she was unconsciously holding around money. So I want you to understand that money is not running away from you. It's actually your patterns that you unconsciously hold that are repelling money without your knowledge. All right. So if you resonated with this video, I'd love you to share it with, the people that may benefit from it. And I want to invite you to join my community and my programs so that we can work together on this energetic blueprint level and we can get you the money results that you desire.